in his first peon of joy, which is recorded in the Jaravagga of the Dhammapada, starting with Aneka Jati Sansaram, Buddha declared visankharagatam cittan, meaning that his process of thinking ceased at its enlightenment. That means at his enlightenment he realized a non-thinking mind. And that non-thinking mind is referred to by Krishnamurthi as a silent mind. Silent mind means a mind that is not speaking to itself. Poetically, thinking is amount to the mind talking to itself. That means talking to oneself by a silent speech. That is why an enlightened mind is called a silent mind by Krishnamurthi. Buddha defined the enlightened mind in the Nibbana Sutta of the volume 4 of Sanyutta Nikaya at page 474, saying ragakkhayo, dosakkhayo, mohak idang buchyati nibbana. It means Nibbana or Nirvana is the cessation of attachment called raga, resentment called dosa, and illusion or delusion of the mind called moha in Pali. That means at enlightenment, Buddha realized a mind free of raga, dosa and delusion. But that is an open mind, a non-thinking mind, because all our thoughts are created by our liking, disliking and illusions regarding what the mind experiences through the information supplied by sense organs. Our sense organs are so weak, they cannot conceive or perceive the reality of their sensory objects. Therefore, the information given by our sense organs to our mind regarding the experiences is faulty, defective, inadequate, not proper, improper. Therefore, our thinking process based on such information too is faulty, defective, not reflecting the reality of the world outside or inside. Therefore, enlightenment means realizing the reality of the world inside, outside, ourselves and ourself by the disappearance of the darkness of ignorance. And this disappearance of the darkness of ignorance from our mind at enlightenment is referred to by the Buddha as āloka uddapādi. That enlightenment, as I mentioned earlier, is the result, the outcome of the disappearance of our likes called raga, dislikes called moha, and illusions called moha. Dislikes called dosa, illusions called moha. And such a mind is full of awareness, fully alert. It becomes aware of the world inside as well as outside through intuition, through the insight of wisdom, realization of the reality of the things that appear to be deceptive. Enlightenment is going, penetrating deep into the illusions created by our ignorance through the insight of wisdom. That is not the sight of the eye, the physical eye, but the sight of the mental eye. That means the mind became aware of the reality of things and beings. Buddha referred to three aspects of this reality as anicca, dukkha and anatta. Anicca means everything, both in our mental world as well as outward world. Everything and every being is dynamic. Dynamic means active. Active means always changing. Transformation. In fact, what is called by anicca is referred to by the modern scientists as the universal energy. Universal energy is not a thing, but a creativity, a dynamism, an activity. When anything is dynamic, it is always active, and always active means always changing. That is referred to by the scientists as the transformation of energy. Energy is universal dynamism. That is referred to by Buddha as anicca. And transformation energy is referred to by the Buddha as dukkha. The result of the transformation of energy, or every form that is created by energy, changing constantly, means nothing can retain a permanent identity. There is no permanent soul in anything or in any being. And that is referred to by the Buddha as anatta. When one realizes through insight this reality, there is nothing that can be grasped by the mind. No reality. The past remembered by the mind with the help of the data recorded in the brain cells, that past is an illusion, not a reality. The past is dead, but memories are remaining in our brain cells. We recognize signals sent by our sense organs, things that our mind experienced with the help of the past records, memories, data, which are not real but only reflections of past memories. And our mind think of experiences with some kind of future expectation. If something is pleasant, the mind wants to retain it. If something is unpleasant, the mind wants to get rid of it. If something is not clear, receptive, the mind wants to know its reality. These are the three aspects that refer to as raga, dosa, moha, liking, disliking, illusion, that lead to our thinking. And when raga, dosa, moha, likes and dislikes and illusions, get rid of by enlightenment, that means they cease at the enlightenment. Enlightenment accepts things as they are, without liking them, without disliking them, without ignoring them, becoming aware, but with no attachment, with no resentment. That is the state of an enlightened mind. And the state of that enlightened mind is a silent mind, as I mentioned earlier, referred to by Krishnamurthi, and referred to by Buddha as visankharagatam cittan, a mind with no thought formations. That means enlightenment is the cessation of thinking, caused by likes, dislikes, and illusions that disappear at the enlightenment. With the dawn of the light, that means with knowing the actual reality of things and beings. That realization of reality is known as enlightenment. That silence our mind, that lead to the cessation of our thinking process. And such a mind with no activity called thinking is a blissful mind. It is the supreme bliss of enlightenment that our mind can experience after enlightenment. The silent mind, calm mind, non-active mind, but a mind that is alert and that is aware, that is sensitive, but without liking, disliking, and illusion. And that is the bliss of enlightenment that one can experience in this very life itself.